If you grew up a quiet kid like me, there is nothing more frustrating and heartbreaking than constantly being told to talk more, go be more social, go make new friends, go try new things, go be anything but you. And man, dude, even as an adult, people, you're still like that. Like I'm still shy, I'm still introverted, I'm still quiet, and that is completely okay. Being 24 years old, you know, they say you grow out of it, and compared to when I was maybe 16 or 18, yeah, I'm significantly more social. I've gotten a lot better at, initiating conversations and making friends and meeting new people and just interacting with people in general. It's a skill. You ever see that one, like maybe that kid in your class, or you have a coworker, or maybe it's like a parent, where they could just talk to themselves all day long, and you're like, wow, that's impressive. Like I literally, it's almost 9 o'clock. It's 8:55 right now, p.m. on Friday night, and we had a company-wide barbecue. Like a couple weeks ago, I had a company barbecue just for like my team. It was a lot more kind of cozy and more personal event. Like, cause I knew everybody there. Oh no! Did a fish die? Oh no! Fish out of water, bro. Let's cook them. And so I show up to this company barbecue. I was encouraged, strongly encouraged to come to as a manager. I worked a 9-hour shift today. I was pretty tired. I wasn't really feeling up for it, but I was like, you know what? Like, I will. There's going to be some cool things there. Like, I'll say hi, Unfortunately, like 3 people from my team came, so I didn't know that many people there. And you're thinking, like, dude, like, go meet some new people. I saw some familiar faces. I said hey to some, acquaintances. We all work under the same, company. I just don't maybe see them all that much, right? And, I'm sitting there. I'm enjoying the food. I helped cook. I offered. I helped clean up. I helped set up. I did all the things right, And I'm perfectly content, chilling there by myself, having a grand old time. And that's what people misunderstand about, like, introverts, is that they are okay sitting there doing nothing, sitting there in silence. 100%. If, in fact, we love it. We wish for more of it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure, like, you're listening to me on the internet, or, like, yeah, like, this dude can just chat. Like, no, it's different, bro. Some people don't get that. And so, like, one of my bosses comes over, and he's like, dude, like, go say hi, go say hey. And I'm like, right, I am. I did that already. When do I get to go home? I'm doing it right now, dude. And that's what I think is the hardest part, is, like, no, you don't realize how much socializing I actually, like, just went and did. Like, I had a conversation with, like, 3 random people that I never met before and introduced myself. That's a lot. Like, come on now. So, yeah, if you're an introvert like me, dude, celebrate those small victories. Okay? It's not easy. It's not fun sometimes, And somebody comes over and they're like, oh, like, Shuirozen, I want to just come over and sit with you because I saw you were sitting by yourself and I felt bad. I'm like, don't feel bad. I'm happy. Like, thank goodness I don't have to talk to anybody right now. And I'm sitting here watching the games or whatever is happening right now, Like, it's chill. And it's really sweet that, some people felt the need to do that. I was always that person that if I saw someone sitting by themselves or looking kind of uncomfortable. I remember we had, like, a Christmas, or it was Thanksgiving. We had a company Thanksgiving to celebrate, And this one girl was just sitting by herself. So I went over and chatted with her. And I actually worked with her that day. So I was like, she was talking about what dish she was going to bake. She was going to bake some sort of cookies. I was chatting with her. I was like, hey, so-and-so, how'd the cookies come out? What'd you end up making? I was like, okay, I cannot wait to try them, And I was just being genuine. the thing is, if you're going to talk to an introvert, you got to be genuine. You know, don't just gas them up for the sake of having a conversation to try to make them feel better. Big no-no. And one of my bosses, they are really bad at it. They're like, you need to be so devoted and so not you and so not an introvert. And I'm like, what? You know, I'm like, that's not how that works. I'm cool being an introvert. You know, I'm sorry that you're not okay having an employee, having me as your, you know, teammate, an introvert. But I am okay with it. Oh, well, that's all the mud. Oh, no. Oops. But yeah, growing up, and like, I'm so thankful. My parents never really forced us. They knew we were shyer kids. They were never like, go play with the neighbor's kids. Go do this. We're going to take you to this birthday party, and we're going to dump you off there so you can go make friends. It's like, we had friends. We were chill. They would, however, try to get us to explore new things by taking us to, like, a summer camp where we would know no one and encourage us to do those things and make friends there. And it's like, okay, like, yeah. But they were never like, you don't have friends. You need to go make friends. You need to stop being not antisocial, just as shy. And with, like, relatives and family, they would be like, go on, go say hi to your aunt, go say hi to grandpa, or whatever it is, right? And I'm like, I don't know them, okay? And I'm like 6 or whatever. Even now, I'm like, you want me to go talk to the cousins that I've seen maybe 2 or 3 times in my life? I don't even know how old they are, right? Okay, go talk to them about that. I'm like, okay, dude, but it's like, come on, you know? Maybe you know what I'm saying. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. It's just different. And in my experience, whenever there's something different about you, some people don't like that and want you to be just like everybody else. And we need more different people in the world. If we were all trying to be the same, trying not to have anything unique, would we ever progress as a society? Would new inventions ever come around? You know, think about it like that. Right? I think there are things as an introvert, like, I absolutely needed to work on. Even my boss. It wasn't even really work related. But he was like, I want you to practice at making more eye contact. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a struggle for me. It's really hard, you know? It is not easy. You ever try to have a conversation with somebody and not break eye contact, dude? It's tough. Especially if you're an introvert. I'm like, okay, so like I actually, you know, have been working on it, and my boss was like, hey, I noticed you've been doing a lot better job at keeping eye contact, and it's something I'm aware of. It's not something I'm really doing because I'm not interested in whatever is happening around me. Wait, what? Do that again. That's cool. That's cool. You know, and it's like, okay, like, it's just hard. There's no other way. There's no explanation. You know. Does it come off as you're not interested in the conversation? Yes. Does it come off across as all of these things? But again, at the end of the day, it's just a challenge. And that is completely okay. I did not do a good job, like, texturing this part of the wall. Oops. And even what, like, I didn't need to explain myself when I was leaving. They're like, oh, Shuirozen, you're leaving already? It's so, like, it ends at 9 and it's like only 7:30. I'm like, okay, well, with traffic, it's going to be, you know, a 20-minute drive for me to go 2 miles, right? And I'm just sitting in traffic. That's not exactly the funnest thing, you know. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm sorry. Like, I don't need to explain myself either. But I'm like, yeah, well, I started at, 7, and I didn't get off until 4, and then I got here at 4:30 to help set up the barbecue, because I wanted to be helpful and I was asked to, So I went home, changed, didn't shower, just got out of my work clothes, and came there, And I was here for a few hours, had a good time. And I'm like, yeah, I got to be back at work at 6 tomorrow, I'm a little tired, I don't, so I hate having to explain myself or defend myself, because as an introvert, that makes it feel like you are the problem. I'm the problem. There is something wrong with me. And because of that, I'm explaining myself. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel like I'm the problem, and I did nothing wrong. Like, coming from an introvert, if you see someone that's an introvert, let them be them. If they need for help, they will have a very, very hard time asking for help. But you can subtly offer them help, and if they take it, that's how you know they were afraid to ask for help, I feel like introverts are also kind of stubborn. But come on, like, for real, it's okay to be quiet. It's okay to be shy. It's okay to sit there and do nothing and be content about it. That's something that I think this I literally was like watching a video about it. It was, I don't know the name of the public speaker or what his relationship or profession was. He was like speaking, I'm guessing like a college lecture room. It could have been a professor for all I know. And he was like, I'm not asking for a lot of your attention. I'm not deserving of it. I'm not asking for it. You're paying to give me your attention as a college kid. And he's like, the difference between my generation and your generation is that I can sit here for 30 minutes and stare at the wall. I've learned to appreciate being content with sitting and doing nothing. And he was like, if I was to go take a work call or respond to a work email or step outside to use the restroom for 5 minutes, all of you would immediately turn to one another and talk, or hop on your smartphone, or like start scrolling on like social media or whatever. It's like, yeah, that's probably absolutely true. But how many of you could just sit there and stare at your notebook for 2 minutes? Oh no. Right? That was basically what he was talking about. And I was like, yeah, You ever go to meet up with like your grandparents or maybe somebody from an older generation? They're usually early. I can't remember this a single time where I met up with someone from an older generation, like older than my parents' generation, right? And I got there before them, or when I got there, they were already there, and they were just sitting there patiently waiting, not doing anything, right? I that has never not happened. Tell me it's true, right? Like when I have rehearsal with the old folks, right? I'm usually there first, but the guy that sets it up, he is there just sitting in his chair. Everything, snacks lined up, water's laid out, music on the stands prepared, all organized, a list of exactly what we're gonna like. He cares about it, he loves it, but he is always there, just sitting patiently waiting. That's really cool. That is really cool. And it just got me thinking, I'm like, yeah, dude, like, I'm just here sitting down. I'm sitting in the grass on a beautiful Friday evening, clear blue skies. It's going to start raining tomorrow, or even tonight, actually. It's crazy. We're getting like a little storm. And I'm okay just soaking in the sun and the quiet Friday evening, And yeah, I was not feeling that social because I was pretty tired after a 9-hour workday. Getting up at 6 for work, right? This is first world problems, you know. But I'm like, guys, come on, it's okay. You don't have to talk 24/7. Like very, very rarely, outside of like a school setting, that one chatterbox, that one dude or girl that can sit there and just talk, no matter, like, forever and ever. How often in life do you think they are told, hey, you talk too much, you gotta talk less? Because that comes across as rude, you know? It's not polite, it's not nice. That never ever happens. It does sometimes, right? Like in a school setting or, you know, something like that. Like you need to be more respectful, you need to listen, you need to stop talking less or goofing around, whatever it is, right? But no, like, extroverts are typically encouraged to continue being them, but introverts, dude, they're like, hey, it's not okay that you're sitting here not talking to anyone. Go talk to someone. That's just as rude, if not more rude, because we're different people, you know? It just, I don't know. It makes me, like, when that happened, it made me feel really, like, again, misunderstood. Been feeling like that lately. Also, like, maybe nobody likes the actual me. They want me to go be the pretend me that is super social, right? It's also like, this was a work function. It was fun. But in my head, I was at work for, like, 14 hours, you know? Because, again, I didn't get a break. I didn't go home. I didn't get a shower, and I didn't get, like, some relaxed time, some downtime to just chill. No. Work, drive home, change, immediately leave. And even on the way out, I was like trying to say bye to some of my friends, my coworkers I knew and stuff. And I was like, you know what, like, I don't owe anyone. Well, I mean, I'm not saying I don't owe anyone a goodbye. I absolutely did say goodbye. But I was like, I don't owe anyone an explanation why I'm, like, leaving before the function ends, you know? On a Friday night, they had the DUI checkpoints up too. And I was like, I have to drive, like, normally my commute, it's like 6 minutes. But at the time I left and stuff, it was like 25 minutes to go 2 miles. I'm like, I don't want to make that any longer by getting stopped at a checkpoint, so I'm gonna head out right now, you know? And I was like, there was no drinking, there was no alcohol at the function either. But, you know, being in the city, that's just, doesn't matter where you go, there's gonna be one, you know? So yeah, man, 20 minutes to where I'm just here. I could sit here for 20 minutes, stare at the computer screen, stare at this, and be completely happy. I know it wouldn't be entertaining as a YouTube video, but I'm not making a YouTube video. This is like a journal entry. This is my 20 minutes of meditation. You know, this is for me. And it just so happens to be super cool that, like, 1 person, 2 people out there really enjoyed watching these, and the community I've gotten from this. Okay, I gotta get a screenshot. This is insane. No, Phantom, you ruined it! Dude, can you not? Okay, dude. Oh, and it rains. I haven't cooked the bread in a while, huh? Just like that, our 20 minutes are up. Well, I really appreciate you being here. I appreciate you watching and listening. Let me know if you feel the same way. I'm with you. man, I'm with you. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.